Speaking of the Commanders appear to be in the District of Columbia. Big news yesterday. Donald Trump is demanding that the Commanders rename themselves the Washington Redskins. And what that did is that got the people in D.C. and the owner of the Commanders, Josh Harris, talking, saying, listen, we don't think the president has any power here. However, why don't we go ahead and hurry up and get this deal done and get this deal voted on? So it turns out that what the president was trying to inject himself into may have been the final to get it over the finish line. The deal to get the Commanders a new stadium on the RFK site in D.C. has been complicated. And you're going to read today about concessions that the Commanders made. And that is how a vote is happening so quickly, like on August 1st. I want to tell you exactly how this goes down because I've done it. When you're trying to get something voted on, you meet with the commissioners or you meet with the council members and you say, okay, what is it that you need to get a yes vote? What isn't in the deal? What are the concerns you have? And they say, well, we need to look good. We need to look as though we're getting concessions right now, and then we will go ahead and put this up for a vote. This is page 2 of the public financing playbook. Your elected officials want to be able to come out and say what everybody on the council is saying today, including the DC mayor and the head of the council, a person named Mendelson, saying, oh, the team was willing to improve the deal considerably in return for the earlier vote. There is maybe not a greater statement of horse hockey than that one. Josh Harris knows what he's doing. The David Samson School of Negotiating. Give people something they think they want. Tell them it is the biggest give possible, that they can go public saying they extracted the third pound of flesh from this team. You're not going to be upset with me, my constituents. You're going to realize that I fought so hard that I out-negotiated this professional. You'd think that it was an amazing thing that they must have gotten from Josh Harris and the Commanders. It's a joke. They're going to do maybe another 1,000 units of public housing. They're going to take some of the revenue from parking, merch, and they're going to send it back in taxes to the district. I'm sorry. The reason I'm laughing is that when you do your pro formas and you're in a new stadium, whether they end up being right or not, and ours were not right because our attendance was not what we thought, our corporate support wasn't what we were thought, our winning wasn't what we were thought, but that's neither here nor there. Whether the new stadium actually works doesn't matter. When you're building the new stadium and when you're financing the new stadium, you have projections. You've got to convince the bank the projections are right because you're borrowing money for them. You've got to convince the league the projections are right because the league is involved, MLB or NFL in this case. And you've got to convince the public that the projections are right. And so you go to the public negotiators, you show them the projections, and then you give them a story they can tell to the public because the public doesn't like giving public money to anybody. And so they are able to give these concessions where the council chair says, do you know that these new concessions, we're going to get about maybe $900 extra million over 30 years? So let me just tell you that that's a really meaningful statement because it lacks any meaning, any accountability, any math that can be checked by anyone, and no one's going to remember 30 years from now or 20 years from now, and no one cares but the council chair and the members of the council get to hide behind, look at all this extra money we got, as though it's coming out of the pocket of the Commanders. I don't even want to present value back $900 million over 30 years, but let's just say I do. It's going to be quite a smaller number. Just call it a discount rate of 5%, whatever. Call it $300 million. And it's less. Call it $200 million. Do you think that it's a $200 million check being written by Josh Harris right now? It's not even close to that. It's basically taking your cursor on your pro formas and lowering. This is the equivalent of assuming that you can sell a ticket at an average ticket price of $100 and then changing it to $101. And the money that generates with an extra dollar per ticket over 30 years, the view is, oh my God, that's so much extra money. We're going to go ahead and put that into the deal. By the way, our projections really have us charging 105 per ticket. You see where I'm going with that? That these concessions weren't real. The mayor got to stand up yesterday and say, listen, we're not trading housing for a stadium. We're using the momentum of the stadium to build more housing. It's a win for our team, our city, our residents. Go team. Ah! What poppycock. The momentum of a stadium to build more housing. But why is that the key word? That's what people want to hear. That's what in the district. We have no money. We have nothing. We have no roof over our head. Housing, please, affordable housing. Why do you think, have you ever thought about this? I assume you have. Every stadium deal that's announced now has an affordable housing component. Do you think that's a coincidence? And then they got the number one concession. This, I can't believe it, Coca. It almost seems impossible. This is when you stand up if you're on the council and you say, I am better than every single other negotiator in any other public entity ever. I just got the Commanders. You're not going to believe it. Sit down. If you're exercising while listening to this show, you better stop or hold on to the treadmill because you're going to fall off. Listen to this concession. The Washington Commanders have agreed to relocate its senior leadership and sales office to D.C. What? Oh my God. That's big. I don't know if you know this, but where they were going to have senior leadership for the Commanders, they were going to have them in Idaho. They were going to have them maybe in Montana during the summer, maybe in the Hamptons during the winter, maybe in Puerto Rico during the spring, and maybe in California during the fall. Maybe just touring around with James Taylor, winter, spring, summer, or fall. Where do you think the headquarters are going to be? Do you know that when you build a new stadium, hold on, wait for it, there's office space for the senior leadership and for the salespeople and marketing people and finance people. You put offices in the stadium. It's part of the plan that you're paying for, public. Oh, yeah. It's huge. I mean, is everyone okay? Do we need to call any paramedics? Did anyone have the big one thinking to themselves that the senior leadership of the Commanders will now be located in D.C. where the stadium is? I'm sorry, Coco. I am.